It started with a coincidence, or maybe, as fans like to believe, with destiny. When Lee Dong-wook and Yoo In-na first appeared together in Goblin, 2016, they weren't supposed to steal the spotlight. The world was meant to fall for Gong-yoo and Kim Go-eun, the Grim Reaper and the Goblin were the main story. But somehow, it was them, the secondary couple, that made people cry harder, love deeper, and hope longer. Their story was a fleeting, tragic love in the drama, a Grim Reaper and a woman who couldn't remember her past, both tied by a curse of love and loss. But the chemistry between Dong-wook and In-na didn't feel acted. It felt remembered. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more touching K-drama stories and emotional news-style narratives. Lee Dong-wook once said during an interview, "Sometimes, your heart recognizes someone before your mind does." When fans heard that, they thought he was talking about Goblin. Maybe he was. Maybe he wasn't. On set, the crew often teased them, the way he would look at her between takes, the way she would fix his collar without realizing it. In-na wasn't one to talk much, but when she did, Dong-wook listened as if the rest of the world went silent. Even when the camera stopped rolling, they didn't seem to leave their characters behind. The problem was, neither of them wanted to admit that something had started. 2 years later, the impossible happened. They reunited in Touch Your Heart, 2019. Fans called it a dream come true. But for Dong-wook and In-na, it was a memory revisited. The first table read was awkward, she laughed too much, he avoided eye contact too long. When asked about it, Dong-wook smiled, "It feels like seeing someone you thought you lost." And for the next few months, their on-screen love felt like an apology for what their Goblin characters never got, a happy ending. But behind that on-screen warmth, there was a quiet tension. Because in reality, life doesn't always follow the script. After Touch Your Heart ended, the rumors came, of course, they did. Fans spotted them sharing quiet dinners, arriving separately but leaving minutes apart. But both denied it. Every time the press asked, they smiled politely, "We're just close colleagues." The thing is, no one believed them. There's a way people who share something special look at each other. And they had it. That ache in the eyes, that careful distance, that quiet fondness that says, "We used to be more." Dong-wook was always known for his discipline, never reckless, never careless. In-na was the same, graceful, private, cautious. So if there ever was something between them, it would have been hidden in the spaces where cameras couldn't see. In another lifetime, maybe they would have been more. But in this one, timing was cruel. Dong-wook was preparing for new dramas, new challenges. In-na was focusing on her radio show, her quiet world. The more their careers demanded, the less room they had for each other. He once said in an interview, "Some people you meet at the wrong time, and they stay in your heart forever." Fans noticed that after that, he stopped doing many variety shows, he became quieter. And when In-na was asked about Touch Your Heart, her smile trembled before she spoke. It was special. That's all I'll say. Years have passed, but fans haven't moved on. Every birthday, every fan event, someone still comments, "We miss you two together." And maybe that's the point, some stories aren't meant to end. They're meant to linger. Because in K-dramas, happy endings are a scene. In real life, they're a memory. People close to them say they still text occasionally. Not often, not like before. Just enough to ask, "How are you doing these days?" And that, maybe, is love, quiet, distant, but never gone. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more touching K-drama stories and emotional news-style narratives. In-na once described love as something that doesn't need to be seen to exist. Maybe that's how it is with her and Dong-wook. They might never confirm anything. They might never walk hand in hand under the cameras. But every time fans rewatch Goblin or Touch Your Heart, the truth is already there, written in every gaze, every almost smile, every silence that says too much. Because real love doesn't always need proof. Sometimes it just needs memory. If you asked Dong-wook today, he'd smile and say, "She's doing well. I'm proud of her." If you asked In-na, she'd pause and whisper, "He's one of the kindest people I've ever met." And maybe that's their love story's real ending, not together, but not apart either. Just two souls who met in the middle of fame and fiction, gave each other a quiet kind of forever, and moved forward, not as lovers, not as strangers, but as two people who once healed each other. When fans watch their scenes, they cry, not because it's sad, but because it feels too true. Because every moment between Lee Dong-wook and Yoo In-na reminds us that sometimes, love isn't meant to last forever. It's meant to change you, to make you believe, even for a moment, that you were loved in a way words could never capture. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more touching K-drama stories and emotional news-style narratives.